Hi, Jacob. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. If you're watching this and if you're listening to this on audio, please give us a 5-star rating. And thank you so much for listening to us. I am thrilled to welcome this incredible guest today. She is a plant-based chef and author with, as of this recording, she has over 20,000 Facebook followers and 148,500 Instagram followers. And she has a new special out called Unbelievable Vegan with Chef Charity that'll be premiering on Max on August 22nd, 2024. Please help me welcome Chef Charity Morgan to the podcast.
Hey, hi, how are you doing, Jacob? Hi, everyone.
Hi, Chef Charity. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
All righty, so let's get started, shall we? When did you get interested in cooking, and how did that passion evolve and desire to become a chef?
It started since I was a little kid. It was something that it was the one area of the house that my mom just couldn't keep me out of. She tried and tried and tried, and I was like, nope, I'll just keep sneaking in there. So it was something that I've always had in me, and it will never leave me. It's part of me. Just being in the kitchen is my comfort zone.
Awesome. So when did you start your vegan cooking journey?
I started my vegan cooking journey in 2017.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Now, you made headlines for making plant-based meals for the Tennessee Titans, and now you're getting athletes across the world getting your food. So, can you describe the evolution to my audience?
It's it always starts what I say, it always starts with a plate. I would love to put this fancy thing on what I do, and I'm just so magical and my this and that. It just starts with a plate. People love food. I love food so much. That's why I'm a chef. I love food. I'm never going to deny how much of a foodie I am. And I'm not here to take anything away from anyone. So when I often would send my meals in, whether it's one guy or two guys or five guys, it always started with the, hey, what did so and so had today? Like, what was that? And I'm like, oh, that was a plant-based enchilada and some black beans and some Spanish rice, and they're seeing the physical plate in front of them, and it's food that the food speaks volumes, and often that's how. I wasn't doing no advertising. I didn't even know I had a business until way months into it. I'm like, holy smokes, this is the actual business I have going on right now. It just happened by just cooking, just getting in the kitchen and cooking, and it just kept growing and growing and growing.
Awesome. So now let's talk about Unbelievably Vegan with Chef Charity. So what were some of the factors that led you to do this special?
It's just getting the word out and showing people that there is just so much more to plant-based than what you see. It's I want people to see the ugly. I want them to understand the pushback. I want them to see that everything doesn't always go as planned. It's just being completely authentic and allowing your audience to see that so that they can go, oh, I could do that. It is just showing them another perspective of how food could look.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when I was watching this, I loved your first approach of going into Nashville's German pub as a customer first before meeting with the culinary team. So why was this approach important for you to do?
Because a Germantown pub is just, it felt real. It just felt, it didn't have this glitz and glam and it's the TikTok or trendy place of the week. It just felt real. It felt like somewhere that I can just go with some friends because it's not far from the Titans facility where you can, you know, get something to eat, to drink, and watch the game. And I loved I'd love to see honestly what it was lacking. And I wanted them to understand that, hey, it's going to be customers like me that walks in through these doors and they realize that it's nothing for them and they're just going to walk out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you did an amazing job picking out those three items, the pub chips, the mac and cheese, and the wings, and transforming all of them. So as you how I would love to learn how you were able to win over JD, because that looked like it took a long time to get him to move.
It's the food. It's not talking about vegetables. It's not talking about animal rights activisms. It's not talking about environmental changes. It's not talking about anything but shoving a plate in front of his face and say, taste that. That's what I do. I can share with you all those other things that are so important to me later. But right now, I need to make it about you. And right now, all you care about, you being JD, was what's the food gonna taste like? And he's a firecracker. He was hard to work with. So I knew I had to bring my game on. I couldn't play it. I had to bring all the flavor profiles. I had all my tools and secrets. I had to bring it all out for him.
And you did an amazing job. And I would love to just I love the reaction of the German pub staff that you had when they had the opportunity to eat all three items. What was your reaction as you revealed these are all the vegan items I cooked?
I honestly had a moment of wanting to cry. And I was holding it back because I did not think that they were gonna take on what I was making. So like I didn't think they were going to embrace it. I thought in my mind that they were going to be like, hell no, this is the way that we eat it and take this crap and get out of here. But it was just lack of belief in myself at that moment because I feel like I was getting beat up so much that I started to lose confidence in myself.
I gotta say, I love the solution that you provided with the wings. Instead of the cauliflower, it was the oyster mushrooms. And when did you decide, okay, I'm gonna steal JD's sauce and see what happens?
Because I literally taste his sauce and his sauce. It was perfect. It didn't need anything. It just needed to replace the chicken. So I'm like, I'm from the school of don't fix anything that's not broken. So for me, it was like his sauce isn't broken. Let's just change the chicken out. So that was just being authentic.
Absolutely. Now, before you had their first big taste with the customers, you surprised them with the vegan cupcakes. So even JD loved them. So what do you think about, do you think you sparked a fire saying, okay, we can add a vegan dessert too?
Yeah, it was I needed JD to see that there were no walls that he cannot break down. Okay, you just made vegan fried wings. Okay, that's cool. That and I knew for him there was always a roadblock and I had to show him that there are no roadblocks and I was like, you know what, let me surprise him and let him know what's out there in the world. He just had no idea and that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to show everyone that there are no barriers and there's nothing that you need to sacrifice. I'm going to give you all the things that you want. I'm just going to change your ingredients.
And you did, and you delivered an amazing job, especially with the customers. As they said, I remember watching this and they said fire on the vegan mac and cheese. So what was your reaction when you heard all these comments from the customers?
I was again astonished. I didn't think that they were ready for that. And I'm happy that I had a group of people that were just so honest and gonna give me the truth, no matter if it was yay or nay. And I knew that they were gonna like that particular dish because I was bringing out my complete A game. Like I'm bringing all the flavors. I'm putting in my secret sauce.
Awesome. Now, I would love now just spoiler alerts, sorry everybody. So I gotta say this. What was your reaction when they said we loved them all and all three items will now be on the German Town Pub menu?
That's when I again, another moment of I'm about to cry because I thought that JD was going to be like, this was a great experience. Thank you very much. But I'm not changing my restaurant for you. No, thank you. It was such a surprise.
Do you think that now that you've won over Germantown, do you think do you think that there will be a possibility of leading the charge with other restaurants, not just in Nashville, but also possibly Tennessee and nationwide?
Absolutely. The time is now. There's more people more intrigued with being plant-ish and vegan-ish than ever before. And whether it's to try it or to do it once in a while, it's a huge, huge eye-opening for people of all the possibilities. And people are they're open to it. So open to it. It's 2024. We're going into 2025. We're open for trying new things right now.
All righty. So the final question I have is this. What are some of the lessons that you hope the audience takes away from watching Unbelievably Vegan with Chef Charity?
That there are no limits or no rules in the kitchen when you're making plant-based. It's just get in there and have some fun.
And awesome. So last question. Are you ready? Where can my audience find a way to connect with you and also learn more about your vegan recipes that you provide?
All in my beautiful book, Unbelievably Vegan. It has all of these amazing recipes that you've seen and heard of, and so much more. It's 100+ recipes, some super easy, all made in the blender, and some intermediate, and some that are just right for people that just love to just play with food. It's so many possibilities in there. I am always going to tell people that that entire book is such a labor of love. I've thought of everything. I've done so much to just go across so many boards so you don't feel like you're missing anything.
Awesome. Hi, guys, thank you so much for listening to this conversation. Make sure you connect with us on social media. Chef Charity, I am so grateful for taking time out of your schedule, that you took time out of your schedule to talk with me. Unbelievably Vegan with Chef Charity is a hit, and I really hope that you have more opportunities like this to shine.
Thank you so much, Jacob. You're awesome.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.